Hi, this is Charles Aputo with Yukon Learning, and I got a question from Scott wanting to know, well, his situation was that he wanted to be able to learn to click on some images on the screen and it would show up in a light box slide, and he didn't want the learners to be able to go to the next slide until they had viewed all of these. And he was wondering if you had to use variables to do that. The answer is no. In fact, you don't have to use variables at all. I've actually got something very similar here in this fire safety course, where when I want the user to click on each of these fire extinguisher types, and we see here that each of these actually has a trigger to show a layer. And those layers show up to explain the different type of fire extinguishers. And so all I had to do was, in this case, I have a trigger on my next slide. First, I actually have an error layer. For some reason, they don't select them all. They're going to get to see an error layer. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, on my jump to next slide trigger, I have some conditions set. And my conditions are when each of these layers, each of my 4 layers are in a visited, every time the image is in a visited state, I should say. So the image itself, each of these 4 images, once they're in a visited state, and we'll check out the states. These would come with, so I actually had to create a visited state. Then it allows, and only then does it allow the user to go to the next slide. Okay? If for some reason they don't click all 4 of them, then that's when this when this error layer shows. So each of these are not buttons, so they don't naturally have other states than the normal state. So I actually created a visited state, so as well as a hover state. So I just created a new state, and then the trigger just tests for that. So I did that just by clicking Edit States. I created a new state here, and now I won't give you the option of a visited state, but it is one of those built-ins that I can grab if I want to. Grab it, and then it would come across just like my normal state, and then I'd add something to it. A check mark is always a good indication that the user has been there. And so then, so that's what that would do. Let's actually go back into these triggers. That's done editing states. Go back into this trigger and show you one thing about the condition. So when I go into one of these conditions here, there's an option for variables, shape, and window. We're going to set this shape to test for that if that's been visited. Scott, I hope that helps. Any other questions, please let me know. Look forward to hearing from you again.